already discussed this basic thing, what are the basic dimensions, the dimensional homogeneity, the methods we have discussed previously, and what are the selecting parameters of this dimensionless parameter, how to select these things we have discussed. Then coming to the very problematic statement, that from where the question comes. The question usually comes from this particular topic. I mean majority of the questions, similitudes. Now we have three types of similitude that also we have discussed. Based on this similitude, that is geometrical similitude, kinematic similitude and dynamic similitude. So when we talk about geometric similitude, that means there will be some variation in scaling. That means maybe the length, diameter, these parameters will be differ, but other parameters will remain constant. So that represents the geometric similarity. Then when we talk about kinematic, means there will be some variation in velocity and acceleration. So then we call as the this kinematic similarity. Then the next we have our dynamic. Dynamic is especially, as the name says, the force. So if there is any variation of the forces, and remaining other parameter will be the force is the main constraint over this dynamic similitude. Now, in comparison of these three important similitude, we can frame what are the different types of forces acting in a fluid. That also we have discussed in the last class, like what are the formula, inertia formula, viscous, gravity, pressure, surface tension and elastic. All those things we have seen. Now using this the 6 core forces acting on a fluid, we can derive the important another 5 dimensionless numbers. Okay, so today our session starts with this dimensionless numbers, the significance, and we will solve some of the numerical forms of this dimensionless number. Now started with Reynolds number. Okay, so what are the first, very importantly, there are many different types of dimensionless number, as I will share this file with you all. So apart from that, it is very important to understand this 5 core dimensionless numbers. So what are the 5 important dimensionless numbers? These are the Reynolds number, Faraday number, Euler's number, Weber number and the Mach number. Now each of this number plays a very significant role. Now first I will start with important first 3. Okay, first 3 numbers. Okay, so what are the first 3 numbers? So first is a Reynolds number. Now how we can remember this number, dimensionless number? So in short, Reynolds number is represented as Re. Okay. So what is a ratio? It is a ratio between the inertia force by viscous force. Inertia force by the viscous force. Now second number what we have is a Faraday number. Faraday number denoted as Fe. Faraday number denoted as Fe. So is equals to, here we have a root over of inertia force by gravity force. And Euler, right? So Euler, here by the name itself it signifies it's something relevant to pressure. So Euler represent as EU equals to, again, root over of inertia force by here pressure force. So from here it is very much clear, the Reynolds number, it depends on the viscous force, Faraday number depends on the gravity force, and the Euler number depends on the pressure force. And remember one thing very clearly, that in the numerator we, or everywhere we have the inertia force. So inertia force by viscous means the Reynolds number, then root over of inertia by gravity is a Faraday number, root over of inertia by pressure force defines the Euler's number. Now how further we can derive this expression? So previously we have discussed the individual forces, fluid forces acting. So from there we can state that inertia force. So what was the inertia force we have discussed? Rho L square V square. L defines the length or the any kind of length dimensions, or V represent the velocity. Rho defines the density of the fluid. Okay, and viscous force is mu V L. Now from here we can cancel off the common terms. So what are the common terms? V cancel off this, L cancel off this. So what we get as a result, rho L V by V. So when there is any numericals based on the Reynolds number. Now here I will also say how to identify the problem. So identification of the problem is also very important, that which number is going to be suitable. Now if you see any problem which is relevant to that something expressed in the viscous, like any kind of the kinematic viscosity or dynamic viscosity is given or represented in the question, so you have to ensure that that particular problem is from the, we have to use a Reynolds number. Fine. So this is one of the very key point to remember. Now moving to the next is a Faraday number. Now Faraday number, what we have, inertia force by root over of inertia by gravity. Now again here we will write down the expression over here. So what is inertia? We know rho L square V square. Now if you remember in this way, so there is a very lack of chance to get this formula. These formulas are very important, though the derivation is not very important, but it will help you to remember the formula. Fine. Then gravity force. What is the gravity force that we have looked for? So rho L cube G. This is the form we have expressed. So again we can cancel off the common terms and we can keep the remaining term. So L square and L will get cancel off. I think this and this will get cancelled off. So that means root over of, so if I have to simplify this, so I can write V by root over of L G. This is the Faraday number. So again here, how you can understand which number is going to be useful? If you see any terms where it is given as a gravity and viscosity is not given, so in that case you can use this formula. The Faraday number will be applicable. So when we will solve some problem, it will be more clarity that how to identify which dimensionless number is going to be the suitable one. Next is the third one is a Euler's number. Euler's number, here you see again the root over of inertia by pressure. So we will write down the expression of each forces, that is rho L square V square. Then pressure we have written as P into L square, right? Here we have rho, this is P, okay, this is rho. This is rho, this is P. Now obviously we can cancel off this L square and L square over here, and we can simply write this Euler's number as complete root over of rho v square by P. Here P defines the pressure. So you can understand again from this expression that if any of the problem where the pressure value is highlighted, or they are asked to find out the pressure, so you can ensure that you have to use the Euler's number, right? So if there is any terms of pressure, so you have to ensure it is a problem with relevant to the Euler's number. Now remaining, we will see how to remember this Weber's number and the Mach number. So to understand Weber number. So basically Weber number denoted by WE. So it is a ratio between, again, here inertia force by the surface tension force. Fine. So it is a ratio. Weber represents, that means it represents or depends on the surface tension, whereas the last one, the fifth one, is the Mach number, and it's very easy to remember the Mach number, right? In other words, we can denote the Mach number root over of inertia force by elastic force, okay, or any kind of bulk modulus force. So how we can further bring down to a simplified form? So we can write like this. So inertia means rho L square V square. Now keep that in mind, that if in general, that if they are asking something about inertia force, suppose in the question they have only asked to find out the inertia force, that means you can use this formula over there, okay? Simply you can use rho L square V square. And what is surface tension force? Sigma L. Now cancel off the common terms. So the Weber numbers is this one, rho L V square by sigma. So again, it is very much clear that if they're in the problem they have stated about something relevant to surface tension, so that means you have to use this formula. Then it is very simple for the other one. For the Mach number, what is inertia force? Rho L square V square by K. K is a bulk modulus by L square. Fine. So here this L square and this L square will get cancelled off. So Mach number in other terms, you can also, in a dimensionless form, you can make like this. K is a bulk modulus, keep that in mind. Fine. So these are the 5 important dimensionless numbers which represents on the viscous force, means Reynolds number formula have to be used. If they have given something, the gravity force and all, so you have to use the Faraday number. If they have given pressure, you have to use Euler's number. The surface tension means Weber, and the Mach number means you have some kind of bulk elasticity will be there. Bulk modulus, right? So it is sometimes it is very confusing to remember, especially the Faraday number, Euler's number and Weber's number. So here you can make it clear in one way, that Faraday, it start with the letter equals to mg, right? Here also we have f, here also we have g. So this is one way you can remember this Froude. And Euler's is very important because Euler's number, when you derive, which relevant something with the pressure, so you can avoid. So the other one left out is a surface tension, and that is going to be for the Weber's number. So this is how you can remember this 5 important dimensionless number. Now there are some problems which are asked in in competitive exam. So there are some kind of this. So what is this question? Water flows through a pipe on an internal diameter. They have given the diameter. The rate has been given. Now as you can understand, here they have given kg per hour. So we know the mass flow rate means the kg per second, right? So kg per second. So you can easily convert that the kg per hour to kg per second. So they have converted, and you can get then temperature. Now viscosity of the water at 25 degrees Celsius. They have given the what is the viscosity, and from here you need to find out the Reynolds number. So what is given here? They have given from the internal radius of the pipe. You can find out the diameter or the area of the pipe. You can find out the area A. Mass flow rate is given. They have given you the viscosity, right? Here in this question they have given you the viscosity. In other ways, as the viscosity is given, you can find out the density of the water, that is 1000 kg per meter cube. So rho A and m dot is given. So from this continuity equation, m dot equals to rho AV. This 2, 3 is given. So you can find what is the velocity of the pipe. Now once you know the velocity, you can easily substitute this value in the Reynolds number formula, and you can easily find out what is the Reynolds number. It's a very simple way. But see, this kind of question consists of 2 marks. And remember, when there is a 2 marks, that means minimum you have to use 2 formulas to solve the problem. So what are the 2 formulas you have used? Here one and here one. Now to score a good marks, you have to remember the tricks. I always say this. Now what is the tricks over here? So whenever there is a problem has been stated in the question paper, read it very carefully and notice the units. Now it has been noticed widely that in GATE or any other competitive exam, the options will be in such a way that if you skip one of the other points or skip one of the other, maybe you forgot to convert the unit, you may lose the mark, right? So you have to ensure about it to check the units very carefully, right? So if you forget to change this unit, then you will get a different answer, right? So please read the question carefully. So this is another typical type of questions, especially from the Reynolds number. So let me read the question and explain you how to solve this kind of problem. 2 pipes of uniform section. So there is 2 pipes of uniform section. That means uniform section in the sense a cross section. So both, let's consider the circular, right? 2 pipe, we have a circular one. 2 pipe. Let's consider pipe 1 and pipe 2 with different diameter. So diameter is different, so D1 and D2. Then different diameters carry water at a same volumetric flow rate. So what is mean by the same volumetric flow rate? That means their discharge, okay? Discharge is going to be the same. Now here again, previously we have discussed that what is the difference between discharge and the mass flow rate. So if the density is included, so we can say it is a mass flow rate. Otherwise, if the condition, both are going to be the same. So here they have specially say that mass flow, that is the volumetric flow rate, is same. So what is the Q? Is area into velocity, right? So area into velocity is going to be same. Now what is area? I can further say that pi by 4 d square into v. That means diameter, when I multiply the diameter square and the velocity, then my discharge is going to be the same. Then the water property are same in the, they have also said the property. Okay, both the water property, that means the density of both the side is same. Then the Reynolds number based on the pipe diameter. So they ask that how it is going to be affected to the Reynolds number, right? So how it is going to affect it. So as I have said here, they have used a concept. So how they have done? So they have taken two conditions, right? They have taken two conditions. So Reynolds number equals to, now how this expression has arrived? So as I have said here, this Q1 equals to Q2. So it means that area into velocity. So what is area? Is pi by 4 d square into v, right? Now here in this basic Reynolds number, what is a formula? Reynolds number means rho v1 d1 by mu. Now combining mu by rho, we can write as nu, which is a kinematic viscosity, right? Now as combination of Q equals to pi by 4 d square into v. Now here we have only d and v. So then how I can alter this? So I can write down this, that dv equals to 4q by pi d. So this has been applied for both the cases, as q1 and q2 is same, right? Then d1 is differ, and as we have the Reynolds number is getting inversely proportional with the diameter. So we can state that the larger the Reynolds number, narrower the pipe. So this is another important concept to take away. So if the pipe is narrow, the Reynolds number will be large enough. So you can choose the best among this option, right? So this kind of problems are also being asked in your competitive exam, right? So these are very rarest questions that they will ask you the match the following. Now especially this match the following question types are asked for this science group, that means engineering science. So if you are opting for engineering science as well, so then you can opt for this kind of questions it's very common. So as I have said, it is very important to remember the other dimensionless number apart from that. Okay, so I have just explained the 5 core important dimensionless number. Yes. Now in the dimensionless, these are the very common kind of question. Now they will give you one schematical figure, and they will ask you to identify that which kind of similitude is applicable for this problem. Now observe the figure very carefully. They have given two figures, right? So in the one figure you can see it is an air wing section, right? And whose dimension is angle of attack, you can see 10 here. Here also we have 10. But and VP and VM. Now, so already I have said what is VP and VM. V suffix P represents the velocity of a prototype and Vm represents the velocity of a model. Now, to solve such kind of dimensionless problem, it is very important to know what is prototype and what is a model. So, prototype is an actual one, actual design, and model is at a scaled one where you are using for a internal testing and so. And it is not necessary that always that the model has to be less as the scaling should be less as compared with the prototype. It's not necessary all the time, right? But here in this prototype, what we can signify is that as VP represent, this is a prototype and this is the model. And what are the distinct things that we can notice over here is a dimension. See, here we have 8, the chord length is 8 meter. Here we have 0.8 meter. If I see the span length, semi span, it is 40. Here we have 4. Now what we can say, then what is a scale down model of this? I can say it is a 1/10 model, scale model. Can I say this? So if the scale only differs and the angle of attack remains same, right? So what kind of similitude is this? What kind of similitude is this? So we have studied 3 types of similitude. You can write in the chat box or you can unmute and say.
Ma'am, geometric similarity.
Very good. So this problem states that our geometric similitude. It's applicable for the geometrical similitude, right? So similarly, this kind of questions are going to be very common. So this is another different type. Now observe the problem very carefully. So here they have given 2 circular sphere or ball, whatever you can say, or cylinder, right? Now over this particular cross section, this is the prototype and this is the model they have said. And the ratios has been mentioned, the velocities has been mentioned, and each of the velocity, the progression of the velocity has been also described very typically. And what is the ratio of the velocity from the prototype has been described. Now what kind of problem is this? Which problem will be emphasized over here?
No, it is kinematic.
It's a kinematic because when the flow is moving over any body, so this kind of problem statements defines a kinematic similitude, right? Very good. Now here, so here in the A and the B, so we have the 2 types of chamber, and from one chamber to another chamber the flow is moving, right? And here in this they have given the how the force is acting when it is like you can consider dam. So from a dam, when the flow is moved from one point to another point, how it will act, right? So this is a scenario. Now in this scenario, what kind of problem statement will be applicable? You can unmute and say or write in the chat box. So here basically which parameter is acting? From the figure what you can understand? Here they have given force. The vector dimension of the force is given over here on both the point. That means it's going to be a dynamic similitude. Fine. So something relevant to the force will represent a dynamic similitude. So from the figure, sometimes you have to represent, understand the parameter. Now this is one of the typical problem which I thought that it may be useful when we solve this kind of problem. So first, let's read the problem. A drag force D on a certain object in a certain flow is a function of the coefficient of viscosity, the flow speed V, and the body dimension L for a geometrically similar object. Then D is proportional to. Now before solving this problem, you tell me that how you are going to solve this problem and what they have explained over here. What they have explained over here.
I think we use Reynolds number here because there is coefficient of velocity and flow speed also.
No, you cannot judge what they are explaining. This is the problem you have to solve. See, they have said a drag force, so that means a force is given D, right? And they said it is some function of mu, velocity, and the length. So what you have to do, you know what is a force dimension, right? Rho L square V square. So you need to find some values of MLT, which is some function of this mu. So what is a mu? You have some value of MLT. Then we have velocity, that means LT minus 1 and L, right? So this is a function and we know how they are related with this. So A power B power C. So whatever the x, y, z value will be there, we have to compile them and solve, and finally based on the value of A, B and C, you will know which one is a suitable one over here. Could you able to get my point? Could you follow that?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So can you tell me what is the dimension for the force?
MLT minus 2.
M L T
LT
minus 2, right? What is the dimension for mu?
mu for dynamic viscosity, ma'am.
Yes, mu for dynamic
It's
viscosity.
it's ML minus 1 T minus 1
M L minus 1 T
minus 1
T
T
minus
minus 1
1. Okay. So this is power of A. Velocity means L, T minus 1 power
T
B.
minus 1.
They have given this a length, something length, power C. Now what you have to do here? So how many M we have? Only one M. So M power A. So L power minus A plus B plus C, right? Then T power minus A minus B, right? So M L T minus 2. So here power 1, here power 1. So what you have to do? You have to equate them. So A becomes equal to 1, right? Now let's find out the T1 first, because this is a 3 parameter here. So T means I can say minus A minus B equals to minus 2. So A means 1. So minus 1 minus B equals to minus 2. So I can write the minus 1 plus 2 equals to B. So B becomes 1. Then again what we have? L. L means minus A plus B plus C equals to 1. So here we have minus 1 plus C equals to 1. So C becomes also 1. So what will be the phenomena then? That means D equals to mu VL.
A L
So all the
LU
power
A
is, so mu VL, right? Alright. So what is the right answer? This. A is the right answer. So this is one of the problem from the dimensional homogeneity. Clear? Is it alright? Follow? Now you can expect such kind of problem. And as I've said, there can be a twisted form. They might give you this expression, and they can give you what is a find the power of A. They can ask you, tell me what is the power of A. So you have to proceed with the same way and to identify what will be the unknown value of this A, power of this A. Okay, let's solve this problem. Now this kind of problems are very common and they ask in a random way. So the model of a propeller 3 meter in diameter cruising at 10 meter per second in air is tested in a wind tunnel on a 1:10 scale model. If a thrust of 15 Newton is measured on a model at 5 meter per second wind speed, then the thrust on the prototype will be. So in this kind of whenever you see this model and prototype, first and foremost thing to identify the problem. It is very important to identify the problem. So here what you have to do, you have to first identify which one is a prototype, which one is a model, then what is the value of a prototype and what is the value of model. Fine. Now here you tell me which is the prototype and which is a model in this given question. Now you yourself read the problem and tell me the given data.
Ma'am, 3 meter diameter is the diameter of model.
3 meter is the
Model.
model. Okay, model of a diameter. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
And 10 meter per second is the speed testing
Okay.
on the model.
Okay.
Okay. And the total thrust is acting on the model is 50 Newton.
Hmm. Are you sure? Read the question again.
Yes, ma'am.
Read the question. See, they have said that cruising at 10 meter in the air is tested in the wind tunnel of 1:10 scaled model. If the thrust of 50 Newton is measured on the model at 5 meter per second wind speed,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
They have what they have said, the model at 5 meter. Then how this can be the model? You're getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. And they ask the thrust. That means first of all, let's write in this way, model and prototype. Okay. Now the thrust. Thrust means which is almost we can say it is a force, right? So let's write in F. So F of M suffix M represent it is for model. Okay. So they are given if the thrust of 50 Newton is measured on a model at 5 meter per second wind speed, then the thrust on the prototype. That means the prototype we need to find. We need to find this, and this is what 50 Newton is given, and that means this is also a model, that is a velocity of a model is 5 meter per second, and that means this one is the prototype. Fine. And the model of a propeller blade, that whatever they have given is, it is also a prototype diameter, isn't it? Is 3 meter and is a scaled on 1:10 scaled model. Now what is that mean? 1:10 scaled model.
And the mean is like 30 centimeters the diameter of the prototype
What does
model.
mean? No, there is two options. Whether Lm by Lp is 1 by 10 or Lp by Lm is 1 by 10. Two options you have. That means the ratio of this is 1 by 10 or this. What does that mean?
Ma'am, LP by LM is equals to 10.
L, which one?
LP by LM.
No, right? As here they stated with this particular model, right? So Lm by Lp equals to 1 by 10. That means it defines that Lm is 1/10 of this prototype, right? So you have to understand from this is one of, when you solve more problem it will be more clarity. Okay, so here that means they have given Lm is 1/10 of Lp. Now what is our requirement to find this thrust? Now from the inertia force, what is the inertia force? Rho, what we had, rho L square V square. That is, this is a fundamental formula for the force. Now we have to find the ratios of this force, that is for the model and the prototype. So rho m ln square Vm square by rho P T by V square, right? So
Hmm.
what to do with this rho m and,
Rho is the common in both, na?
yes, so rho is a common in
So
both, so it will get cancelled out. So what you have to do the next, Lm by Lp. So Lm by Lp, you know, that is 1/10 of square. What is Vm is 5 square by 10 square, right? Solve this. Now here we also know that what is the Fm is 50 by Fp. So from here you can find out the unknown factor, what is the Fp. Find out and tell me which option is correct among this. Which is the right option? Which is the right option? Okay, Ashish, before that, please mute yourself. Please. So you guys can write down in the chat box.
from 20,000 A.
A is the right option. So all of you are getting the same answer? Right. So this is what is the important thing, that to understand the question. So here in this particular question, both the places they are mentioned as model, right? A model of a propeller, right? That is the most confusing thing. So but you have to identify the problem, that is a very important thing over here. Now let's move to the next problem. A pipe of diameter 1.5 meter is required to transport an oil of specific gravity 0.90 and viscosity 3 into 10 power minus 4 poise at the rate of 300 liters per second. Tests were conducted on 15 centimeter diameter pipe using water at 20 degrees Celsius. Find the velocity and the rate of flow in the model. Viscosity of water at 20 degree equals 2.01 poise. So before starting this problem, you need to identify the given parameters. That is very important. So tell me the that means what they have asked, the one of the key way to find out few things is the what they have asked in the problem. So they asked the velocity and the rate of flow, right? They have asked the rate of flow of a model. That means Vm need to be found and rate of flow, let's consider Q or M dot. Let's take Q because they have given liter per second. So we can take as Q. So QA of a model is need to be found. So Q of a prototype is given, that is 300 liters per second. Now obviously the 300 liters per second you need to convert in meter cube per second. Now how do you convert that? How do you convert that? What is 1 liter equals to how much meter cube? How much? 10 power minus 3. Okay? 1 liter equals to 10 power minus 3 meter cube. So from there we can easily find out 3 meter cube per second. Then it is be much clear for you. That means the value of this is for the prototype. Now it will be very easy to identify which one is a prototype and which one is a model. Now read the question once again. Diameter of the pipe 1.5 meter is required to transport an oil and viscosity at the rate of this. That means this value whatever they have given is for the prototype. That means diameter of the prototype is 1.5 meter. Then the oil they have given specific gravity of this is 0.9. That means you can find the density of the prototype is 900. Obviously this value into the density of water, you will get the density. Viscosity is given, it's given in poise. Everything is given in poise, so please continue with the poise, right? So no point of changing the unit. So mu value is given as 3 into 10 power minus 4 poise. So this is also for the prototype, and for the model it is 0.01 poise. Then diameter is 15 centimeter. Convert everything in same unit. Okay, 0.15 meter. That means here in the model they are testing with the water. Okay, and here with some oil. the specific gravity is given. Now is this clear? Please, you can unmute and say please. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so this is the tricks that how you can identify the model and the prototype. First you see what are the given, what they have asked to find out, right? So from there you can, it will be easy to identify. It's not the same for all the cases, but majority of the cases you can use this. Now these are the list of data that has been given, but how do you, or how can you find out the velocity and the rate of flow? Which formula will you use? Now here comes which equations or which law will you use? Reynolds law, Faraday law, Euler's law, whether you will use Weber's law. Which law will you use out of 5 important law?
Ma'am, I think Reynolds law because it has mu also, v also, and rho also.
Absolutely. So as I have said, they have given the viscosity. So if the problem have the viscosity, that means you have to use a Reynolds equation. So in this, that means Reynolds number of a model is going to be the same as the for the prototype. Now what is a Reynolds number? Rho v d by, as they have given diameter, I am writing d by mu. So suffix m is going to be same as rho of rho vd by mu of prototype. Fine. Now next important thing is what to find and what is not given. So rho is given everywhere. You know the density. Do you know the density? Here
Ma'am,
as,
density is different now because in one thing we are using oil and in proto- in in prototype we are using oil and in model we are using water.
yes. So here as they have mentioned water, so you can straight away write the density. So density is given for both the places, right? Then velocity. So velocity, actually we need to find one velocity. Okay, neither of the velocity is given, right? So this one need to be find, right? This is not given, this is also not given, right? Note this point.
Yes.
Then diameter is given, right? Diameter is given, even the mu value is also given. Fine. Now what you can do, you can simply make the ratio Vm by Vp equals to rho p dp by mu p into mu m by rho m dm, right? Substitute all the values, we will get the ratio among this. Now how will you find out the velocity of the model, right? How will you find out? Now see, one of the parameter which is not used is the Q value, discharge. Now what is the formula for discharge? QP area into
Into velocity. Velocity.
velocity. So area means what? Pi by 4 dp square. So which is given over here. Diameter is given. QP is also given in the problem. So you can find out the unknown value from here, Vp. You can find out the Vp. Once you find out the Vp, substitute over here, right? And as it is forming an equation, you will find out what is the unknown factor of Vm. Now moving to the next, to find out the rate of flow. That means rate of flow of the model means Qm. Qm means again Am into Vm. So once you find out the Vm, apply in the same way as you have found out for this. So you will get what is a QM value. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So this keep this as a homework. We'll move to the next problem. Okay, first it is very important to identify the problem. What are the given data, right? Water is flowing through a pipe of diameter 30 centimeter at a velocity of 4 meter per second. Find the velocity of oil flowing in another pipe of diameter 10 centimeter if the condition of dynamic similitude is satisfied between the pipes. The viscosity of water and oil is given as zero point 0.1 poise and 0.25 poise, and specific gravity of oil is given, so and so. Again, it is very important to identify the two different parameters here. So here they have not said the which is a model and which one is the prototype. So this question is very simple. So they have given two parameters only, and they have said they are dynamic similitude. That means both the Reynolds number is going to be the same. So here we cannot apply the M and P, we can apply 1 and 2. That means two cases has been given, one with the water and one with the oil, right? So we can write one with the water case and one with the oil case. So both the cases is going to be satisfied. So this is a very simple question. So from here you can identify the diameter of a water in the water case is 30 centimeter. Velocity of water is given as 4 meter per second. Another one they have given diameter of oil is 10 centimeter. So here both are given in centimeter. It's better to change it to meter. Okay, it's better to change in meter. So here this oil is not given. So what they have found, they have given the viscosity of water is 0.01 poise, and viscosity of oil they have given as 0.025 poise. Now this is a very simple problem, right? It's for 1 mark question. So you can simply write down this: rho of water, rho Vd of water by mu of water equals to rho of oil, velocity of oil, V of oil by mu of oil. Now oil density, how you can find? They have given the specific gravity, so it is 800 kg per meter cube, and this is a water, so 1000 kg per meter cube. So all the given values are there except this. So you can easily find out this problem. Alright, any doubt till here? Any doubt? Now this is a problem where we will solve with a full-fledged, right? Now you have to solve and tell me the answer for this particular problem. And first read the problem and identify what is the question, right? The ratio of lengths of a submarine. So this is a problem of a submarine. The ratio of the lengths of a submarine and its model is 30:1. Okay, very simple. They have clearly stated here. Okay, model is 30:1. Now let's understand what is the ratio of this. the speed of submarine is, that means for the prototype they have said prototype is 10 meter per second. Model is to be tested in a wind tunnel. Find the speed of air in a wind tunnel. Okay, so what is the speed in the wind tunnel? That means prototype speed you need to, sorry, model speed you need to find out. Okay, then it is very clear to understand that is what is mean by the wind tunnel. Okay, whether it is the prototype or the model. I hope you have understood this. Whether it is a prototype or a model where it is being tested, it should be clear enough to understand from this statement. Also determine the ratio of drag between the model and its prototype. Take the value of kinematic viscosity of sea water and air, so and so. The density for the sea water has been given. Right? So first you identify the first one. The second part will be left for your homework. Right? So first you tell me the answer for the first one, and before that tell me the given parameters. Anyone? You want me to explain? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, okay. Yeah, tell me then. Very good. I got an answer in the chat box. So here, from here to here they have stated about the prototype. So LP by LN is 30 by 1. They have given the speed of a prototype is 10 meter per second, that which is actually being tested in the sea water, right? In the sea water. The model is to be tested in a wind tunnel, that is and speed we need to find for the model, and for that means the wind tunnel has been tested in air obviously, and this is in sea water. So from there we can identify the kinematic viscosity of prototype is 0.012 stroke, and for model is 0.016 stroke. Then the density of the sea water, which is a prototype, is 1030 kg per meter cube, and for air, that is model, is 1.24 kg per meter cube. Now first find the first one is the velocity, right? So once you find the velocity, it will be easy to find out the drag. So what you're going to do here, again you're going to, as they have given the viscosity here, you have to use a Reynolds number of a prototype which is equal to the model, or vice versa. So rho V, they have given the length, so I will write L by mu. So as they have given here the nu, so this will not be applicable over here. Mu VL by mu. So this is for model, for prototype. Fine. So substitute the values of this ratios. Vm equals to Vp by Lm, then Vm by mu. Substitute this, you will get the answer of velocity. Find out and tell me the answer. So again I am telling what is the formula. Fm by Fp equals to rho m Lm square Vm square by rho p Lp square by into Vp square. Substitute all the values. Answer is around 0.00214 is the ratio. And if you do Fp by Fm, it is around 467.22. Okay. So just check this answer. So I will please take the screenshot of this particular screen. This is for your homework, or you can take as an assignment question, right? So answer is also provided to you. You can check the answer after solving. Done? You can take the screenshot. Okay, I'm skipping the next. Right, now this is another typical problem. Now let's read the question. 1 meter, it's a long model of a ship is towed at a speed of 81 centimeter per second in a towing tank. To what speed of a ship 64 meter long does this correspond to? Okay. So what are the given data here? So a 1 meter long model has been given to you, right, which is towed at a speed of 81 centimeter per second, that is a velocity, in a towing tank. To what speed of a ship 64 meter long does this correspond to? So here they have, you can take two conditions, right? One is L1, V1, and this is L2, and we need to find V2. Now here in this question, they have not given any parameter like mu, nu. So which of the dimensionless?
And because the viscosity is same in both,
No,
na?
that has
Because
to be
the
mentioned
ship is in
here.
the water.
That has to be mentioned here. They have not said the dynamic similitudes, anything they have not mentioned. So, as I have said, here which law will be applicable? Here there is no pressure, no surface tension, right? No bulk modulus, right? They have not include viscosity. So what is the remaining one? Gravity. So gravity is going to be the constant everywhere, right? So which law will be applicable?
Frogs.
Yes.
And can't you take the speed of the sound?
Froude law will be applicable. So Fe of 1 is going to be Fe of 2. So what is the equation? What is the formula for that? V1 by root over of L1G is equal to V2 of root over of L2 of G. So this G and this G will get cancelled off. So you can find out the V2 how? V1 L2 by L1. Solve this problem and tell me which is the right option. Solve this problem and tell me which is the right option. Which one? What is V2 is need to be find out. V1 is 81 centimeter. So whatever the answer you will give, ensure it the answer here they have given in meter per second. So before that you need to convert this 81 centimeter per second in meter per second. So what is the answer? Are you getting this answer? Answer B?
Ma'am, answer is 6.48.
Yes. Answer is 6.48. Okay. So alright. Any doubt?